Expert reports for Armenian asylum seekers, human rights issues, and political persecution. Hello colleagues, this video is for law firms representing Armenian asylum applicants. I'm Maxim Karitonov and I specialize in preparing expert reports for asylum seekers. I'll discuss my approach to analyzing Armenia's situation, key human rights issues, and why expert reports are crucial in asylum cases. What is an expert report? As you know, an expert report is an independent analysis for immigration courts. It aims to prove the applicant faces genuine threats and can't safely return home. This report supports the applicant's story with objective data and analysis. It shows the country's situation and links it to the client's circumstances. The expert report confirms the country's context, including political instability, repression, and conflicts, citing international and local sources. It helps justify the applicant's personal risks by linking country conditions to individual threats, strengthening the evidence that the applicant belongs to a vulnerable group. The report cites authoritative sources like Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and the UN, following the OSCO standard. Among my achievements, in the past 2 years, I've prepared over 100 expert reports that helped asylum seekers obtain refuge. I collaborate with 15 leading law firms in the US, UK, and EU. I'm nominated as the best expert on immigration and asylum issues. All my reports comply with the standards of the Supreme Tribunal and the Civil Procedure Code requirements. I respond to inquiries from legal firms within an hour and prepare the report within a week. Now, regarding human rights violations in Armenia, Armenia is dealing with several human rights issues, including political instability and repression. Since 2020, the persecution of political opponents and public activists in Nagorno-Karabakh has intensified, with corruption in the judiciary and limited judicial independence raising concerns about access to fair justice. LGBT rights violations occur, and the LGBT community faces discrimination and attacks from both societal elements and specific governmental structures. Domestic violence remains a serious issue despite existing laws, and victims do not receive sufficient protection. Freedom of speech is curtailed, with pressure on independent media and journalists, including threats of persecution and legal actions. Religious persecution also occurs, with religious minorities often facing discrimination and restrictions on their freedom of religion. In the report, I detail all aspects with references to sources. Conclusions and outcomes. How do I work on reports about Armenia? I typically prepare expert reports based on instructions received from major law firms in the United Kingdom, the United States, and the European Union. The range of questions they ask me includes a description of the current political climate in Armenia, including the state of human rights, how authorities treat opposition activists and civil protests, the situation with LGBT rights violations and domestic violence. What risks do applicants face if they publicly express dissatisfaction with the government's policy? What threats chase those who belong to religious minorities? The feasibility of internal relocation, how realistic and safe it is in Armenia, what actions are taken against independent journalists, how I create an expert report. Creating a report is a meticulous task that demands careful attention at every stage. Typically, I begin by examining all documents submitted by the applicant, including personal statements, evidence of persecution, interview records, and rejection decisions. My goal is to identify which facts and evidence need strengthening to best justify the applicant's risk. The next step is researching the situation in the country of origin. I use credible international and local sources to gather current information on what's happening in the country, especially regarding threats to the applicant's safety. It's crucial to show how the country's overall situation relates to the applicant's personal story. Then I prepare a justification, analyzing specific risks the applicant faces if they return home, based on the data collected. My conclusions always cite verified sources to ensure the report is as objective and reliable as possible. And of course, I pay close attention to meeting all standards. Reports are strictly regulated and follow Supreme Tribunal guidelines on expert evidence. Each report includes a true statement, Data is from reliable sources. Opinions are my professional judgment. All my reports meet the established standards. I always verify the accuracy of facts and the validity of my conclusions. My fee isn't tied to case outcomes, ensuring objectivity in my work. If needed, I'm ready to testify in court about the applicant's country of origin. How to request a report? For expert reports, contact me at info@humanrights.com. Reports can be paid through legal aid, making them free for eligible applicants. For private inquiries, we offer flexible payment options. I work with clients from Armenia and other post-Soviet countries, including Azerbaijan, Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, Uzbekistan, and Russia. An expert report is crucial for a successful case outcome. It proves the threat's reality and boosts the applicant's credibility with courts and immigration officials. I'm glad to assist you and your clients in seeking justice. Thanks for your attention. See you soon.